my control. Now you wanna know why I got so cold. I've been feeling old.
What is going on, guys? Video Gaming here, back with another video. Sorry I haven't posted in about 2 weeks. I had finals and I had to get ready for those because I do not want to do those. Everything went well though, so proud of that, but we're back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking, Braden and I, about the top brawlers in the game. So we all created a list of those, and the gameplay going on in the background was Braden, Gaming Fuel, and I. Go check out Gaming Fuel even though he couldn't be here with us today. Go check out his channel. Leave the link in the description. And we have a whiff counter because we completely whiffed our super. And I think it's going to be later in the video, but there was a primo that hit me through a heist wall, so be on the lookout for that. But so I have Braden on, so go ahead, Braden.
Hello.
Alright, so we are going to first start with our... What do you want to start with, Braden?
We gotta start with the bottom. We gotta build the suspense.
Good idea. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and say my number 19, and I'll tell you why, and then you'll do yours. So first I have number 19, Piper. I chose Piper at number 19 because she's only good in bounty, and you can't really use her anything else, and she's just not that good.
I went with the exact same thing. I have Piper for number 19. She's just not versatile at all. She can only be used in bounty, and even in bounty she can only be used on a couple of maps. So she's just not versatile enough to be any higher on the list.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, this is probably going to surprise you, Braden, but number 18, I have Pam. I think the epics are just kind of lacking.
Huh. I did a weird one, too. I didn't really know where to put this brawler. I have Bo at number 18.
Bo?
Yeah.
I was going to put Bo at number 18, but I've noticed some, like, him being really good on some maps, and, like, a lot more than I expected, so...
Really wasn't sure where to go with Bo. He's such an interesting character and I couldn't really justify putting him higher on the list. He's just overall mediocre, and that doesn't get you too far. I mean, the mines are pretty good, and they're pretty good area denial, but those are pretty easy to trip, especially with the resurgence of Mortis.
Yeah, and with the tanks having faster speed now, but I don't think it's his mines that make him good. I think a max bow is, like, really, really good.
But even then, it can only help you on certain maps like Snake Prairie, which happens to be out right now. I mean,
and Bone Box, which is out right now, too.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, alright.
It can be helpful on some maps, but on some maps it just doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, alright. Number 17, what'd you put? You go first.
I have Poco.
Poco?
I mean, he's pretty good. He can hit a lot of people with his shots and charge up his super, but his DPS just really isn't there, if you ask me. He just doesn't do enough to kill anyone. He's just sort of a support. He can sometimes be a gym carry, but even with that, I think there are better people to fill that role, better brawlers.
I put Nita. I think her bear is just too slow, and something needs to be done. Like, she either needs to have something more unique about her, or her bear needs to be faster, because with the tanks getting the speed buff, everyone can outrun her, and it's really pointless.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a distraction, that's about it.
Alright, that's fair.
Yeah. Alright, number 16, I put Primo. Yeah, what'd you put?
For number 16, this might be surprising, I put Barley.
Barley?
Yeah. Barley, when he got his throw nerf, it's really, to me, it's become a lot easier with all the people that have speed, and being able to just the longer throw, I don't even know what you call it really, deploy time of his shots, it just really makes it a lot easier to dodge his shots, and I just feel like it's really hurting him.
Yeah, I can see that. I put Primo because if you think of it, he's only really good in Brawl Ball because of his little jump thing. Otherwise, he's not that good. Because if you look at, like, Showdown, he's alright, but he's not, like, anything special.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I have Primo pretty low, too, but the problem with Primo is he just doesn't put out that instant damage. Like, brawlers like Bull and Daryl, I mean, I know Daryl has 2 shots, but you put the but you do the shot and it instantly goes. Primo has like 5 punches that span over a second, and you can like hit some of those and miss some of those, but with Bull you either hit them or you don't, and it's just instant damage.
Yeah, alright. Number 15, I put Bo.
Alright. Number 15, I put Brock.
Brock?
Yeah, I put Brock at 15 because if you put it where he doesn't have his star power, and you do a ranking with brawlers who don't have star powers, he's really good, but his star power just doesn't add much value to him. So that's why he's that low. He is pretty versatile and he has a good super, but I just felt like some other brawlers are just better than he is right now.
Yeah, I put Bo because he's only good on a couple maps, like basically what we said earlier. But
yeah,
he's going to be lower, but I think he's alright.
Yeah, I think this is the point where we're at brawlers where they're just alright. They're pretty good all around, but they don't really shine in any particular instance like some of these other brawlers do as we get higher on the list.
I'm actually pretty happy with the game right now. I think most people are like really, really good besides Piper and Nita.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, see, it's good when these rankings are pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
And it was pretty hard to come up with this list.
Yeah, same for me. Alright, number 14, I put Brock. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I put Brock because his star power is good and all, but I don't think it does enough damage because it's not there for, like, I think it's 3 seconds, and it only does 240, and once you step on it, personally, I just get off it right away.
Yeah, I mean, the area's not small enough, and people are like, oh, it does area denial, but it really just doesn't do that much. It's really not good. If I have to walk through it, I'll walk through it. It barely charges a super. It barely does any damage. Its radius is so small, just faster brawlers can just instantly walk out of it and only take 1 tick. It's just really minute of a difference at all with Brock.
Yeah, what'd you put?
For number 14, I put Dynamite.
Dinah?
Dinah's been making a resurgence with his higher dynamite damage, but he was just another one that it was really hard. His star power, it just can be good, but can also be really questionable. Can almost hurt him in some ways whenever you're trying to do something and you just lob away before you bounce off before you can do it unknowingly. Like, sometimes it just hurts him more than it helps him.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it can be pretty easy to dodge his dynamites if you're really good. So, I mean, that's why I got him at 14.
Alright. Hey, quick thing, guys. Make sure you check the video, because I'm pretty sure I used the star power, and that map that we were playing on is really, really helpful with it.
Yeah, like I said, it can be helpful, but it also can be hurtful.
Yeah, if you're a really good Dinah, I think that it will work for you, but otherwise,
Yeah,
it's pretty risky. All
yeah,
honesty.
you can definitely make it work, but it can be pretty unpredictable sometimes.
Alright, number 13, I put Bull. I put Bull because he's definitely gotten a lot better. Like, if someone knows how to use Bull, they're really, really good. But if otherwise, I'm not a big fan of Bull, even though I'm an okay Bull player. I just think that, I don't think that he's, like, good enough.
Wow, that's really surprising. For 13, I have Pam.
Pam,
She's a really good gym carrier and smash and grab, but that's about it. I mean, they tried to buff her to be better on some game modes, but to me, she just still doesn't really put out the damage. And I mean, she's okay, and they even nerfed her on Smash and Grab to make her a worse gym carrier to let some of the other brawlers fill that role, which is why I have her at 13. She just really doesn't put out the damage. She's pretty tanky, but that's about it.
I probably should have put Bull a little bit higher, but that's pretty much it. Alright, number 12, I put Shelly.
Alright, that's fair.
I think Shelly is a good starter. Like, I like how she's the first brawler you get. But I'm just not a big Shelly fan. I think she's kind of, I think her star power is good and all, but I just don't think she has anything unique about her that makes her, like, really good. Like, she's just mediocre at everything. Because if you take a look, Daryl, Bull, they all put out more damage than her up close. But,
yeah.
And Tara, she kind of fills the same role as Tara, and Tara's super is, like, really unique, so.
Yeah, and way better, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I put Primo. Like I said, he's just an inferior version of the better tanks, if you ask me.
Yeah, I guess. Alright, number 11. You're probably going to be surprised about this, but I put Poco.
I can honestly see that. people undervalue him on Brawl Ball a lot. He can really splash a whole bunch of people because people are a lot more grouped up on Brawl Ball, I feel like, to control ball movement and stay together and launch attacks. And on Smash and Grab, he's a good gym carrier, so I could see how you could put him at 11. I just couldn't find room for him up there.
Yeah, I did three things why I put Poco. I was playing with a Poco earlier, and his star power is a lot better, which it saved the game for me. And he actually has quite a bit of health, especially with that heal. It just heals a lot of things, and he counters Mortis, which Mortis is a big problem.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I put Shelly.
Nice.
I feel like the problem with Shelly is I think they shouldn't have left her out of the speed buff. Because leaving her out of the speed buff has made her a lot worse. And I feel like it really bumped up most of the other tanks besides Primo way above her. But she's just still stuck down there because she really doesn't have the speed. Besides, if you have her star power, it's really hard to catch up to people. And she has a long range, but she just doesn't do much damage from that long of a range. You really do have to get close. And it's hard for her to get closer to people, especially all the people with faster movement speed.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, number 10, I put Barley.
Alright.
I put Barley because after that buff, basically like you said, he's not number 1 anymore. People had him at number 1 for a while. He's not up there anymore.
Yeah, it's just so easy to dodge your shots now.
Yeah. What do you put?
I put Nita.
Nita? Alright.
Yeah, her buffs have been really helpful. And I feel like she's making a comeback, and she's a really good aggro player in Smash and Grab now. There's a big strategy going on with the aggro support and gym carrier, and Nita's been one of the best people to fill that aggro role.
Yeah. So. Okay, number 9, I put Dynamike because I think Dynamike is a lot better than Barley now because, I don't know, I'm liking Dyna right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I have Mike over Barley too.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Jessie.
Jessie? Alright.
I think Jessie is really good right now, especially if you have her star power. If you have her star power, it's the Undying Turret. You can absolutely, completely control the entire game.
Yeah, that buff was completely unnecessary, but my Jessie was last, so I kind of liked it, because now she's at level 16 or 17.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that you can't, especially, it's the tank meta right now, so it makes it even harder for long-range brawlers, and tanks for that matter, because they have such a short range, to kill the turret, especially if everybody's using an all-tank. You just can't get in there and do the damage, and even if you do get in there and do a couple hundred, she'll just heal it right back up with one shot.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been using Colt and Rico supers on it, and at first I was really surprised, but I'm just used to it now.
Yeah, I mean, her turret could just control maps. If we were doing a ranking in which all the brawlers had star powers, she'd be number 3, top 3 easy, because the turret just won't die, and it just controls the map. It's a 4th brawler, and that's just unfair.
Yeah, star power rankings. We should do that soon. But number 8, I put Terra. That's probably going to surprise you, but...
I have Terra as 8 too.
You do?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So, why did you put Terra? Because I'm pretty sure we have the same reasoning.
I mean, she's a pretty good medium-range brawler, but it's not the meta of the medium-range brawler, which is why she's not higher, but her super is really good, especially if you know how to use it right. I've used supers where I've clumped all 3 up, got another one charged, got a triple kill, and it was an easy score in Brawl Ball, 10 gyms in Smash and Grab. Her super can just change the game like that, but just as a regular brawler, her shots really don't do much unless you get close, and even if you get close, there are other brawlers, such as Bull, that do even better from close range that Terra just instantly dies against.
Yeah, I agree. That's basically my reasoning. Alright, number 7, this is probably really going to surprise you. I put Colt.
So did I.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, dang. I think, I'll tell you, you tell me if this is about why you put Colt there. I put Colt there because if you look at his range is really bad right now. And compared to, other people, he just isn't as good. His health isn't good, his reload is slow. They nerfed him really hard.
Exactly. They made him a medium-range brawler, and it's not the meta of the medium-range brawler. It's the meta of the long-range brawler or the short range brawler. It's hard for middle ground to be good. You got to either be one or the other to be really strong in this meta right now.
Yeah.
Colt's number 7 because the damage output is still unparalleled, but at the same time, it can be really hard to hit those shots, especially if it's a Colt versus Rico. Colt used to win Colt versus Rico, but now the Rico can just outrange him and absolutely destroy him.
Yeah. All right. Number 6, I put Mortis.
Fair.
I put Mortis because. Do you feel like they listened to our video with Mortis?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like they did, but they did a lot. Like they did a lot with Mortis. But Mortis is always just one of those brawlers. But I noticed that he's not good at Brawl Ball anymore. Like not as good.
Yeah, I can see that. I put Spike as number 6.
Yeah.
It's the tank meta. It really is when you look at it. Like, we have some long-range brawlers pretty high at this point. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the top ones yet, but, like, Colt and all that. But it's the meta of the short-range brawler. And Spike, with this super, is a tank killer. And
Spike gets his super really quickly. I agree with that. Spike's my number 5.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's the meta. He's a tank killer. That's what he does. He does a super, and then he gets, especially if he has a star power, he just get right up in it and stand right next to the short range brawler and still die, and then hit like all of his needles and do like
chain
damage.
supers over and over, especially against Primo. Primo has no chance against Spike.
Exactly, which is why Primo's number 12 for me, and I think even lower for you, right?
Yeah. Okay, what'd you put as your number 5? Mine was Spike.
Mine's Rico.
Rico? That's respectable.
I mean, the health nerf hasn't been too terrible on Rico, because even with his higher health, I mean, if you get close to Rico, then he's going to be dead whether he has 400 more health or not. If you're a short-range brawler and you get close to Rico, he's just going to either be dead or not, regardless of the 400 health.
Yeah, it didn't hurt him at all. All right, what's your number 4? I put Daryl.
I put Mortis.
Mortis, all right. You probably put Mortis for the same reason I did. And I put Daryl because he's really, really good right now. He's, like, amazing.
Yeah, Daryl's really good. The only thing about him that really took me off a little bit from ranking him higher, you'll see if he's my number 3, is his super can be really unpredictable, and it's really easy to mess up, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you got to get out, especially in Smash and Grab, you get the 10th gym, you got to get out in a pinch. You just flail the super back, and then you accidentally hit the one random wall and bounce back up into the enemy base. I know I've done that. It's probably not a problem for more skilled players, because I'm not the best player at Brawl Stars, but I feel like it can be unpredictable and it can hurt him in many instances.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, number 3, this is probably really going to surprise you. I put Jessie.
I can see it, especially with her star power.
I love Jessie. She is really, really good. Like, I used to hate her, but now that she has her star power, she's really tough.
I used to see her value, because I feel like brawlers like Poco and Jessie have really been undervalued in Brawl Ball for a long time. Because Jessie, especially right on the gate, on the open map, I know Backyard Bowl, even in Pinhole Punt, not so much on Triple Dribble, because you have to go around that wall at the very beginning. But she's just been able to change shots and hit all 3 and get turrets down really quickly. I feel like those kind of brawlers that splash people multiple times are really undervalued on Brawl Ball especially. But Jessie's just been huge in the meta right now.
Yeah, completely agree. I think, what's your number? Okay, we both have, wait, what was your Rico again?
5.
Alright, so we both know that we both have Crow, but my number 2 is Rico.
Okay.
I think Rico's really good, especially with his star power. Rico it off the wall, get an extra 80 damage, I think it is now, and it speeds up. Like, that's really strong, and he outranges everyone now by a lot.
Yep, I agree, especially with these Colt nerfs, man. Colt used to almost keep up with Rico, but not anymore on the range department.
Yeah, the only reason he's not number 1 is because a non-max Rico versus a max Piper, he can get one-tapped right now.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But still, no one plays Piper. Number 19.
Yep. All right, what's your number 1? No, number 2.
My number 2 yet, Adam.
Yeah. Sorry.
My number 2 is Crow.
Crow?
He's really good. He really is. I mean, there's no saying that. He's always been good. His nerf, well, it hasn't really been very impactful, and they didn't tweak anything else about him. So, I mean, to nerf him, I mean, he's still really strong and overpowered. To nerf him, I'd say definitely take a tick off his poison. It'll be quicker. It won't be the 108 damage. I think max. That's what it does. That's lost by that. It'd be quicker for the person he poisoned to regen up, and that's the problem with the poison is it stops them from regenning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he's just really good. I think he does have the best move speed in the game, right?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he has the fastest move speed in the game. Does pretty good damage close range. Does good damage long range too.
Even though he's a medium range brawler, I think that he's basically like better than every other guy. Like I don't get. He's like a long range, medium range, and short range all at the same time.
Yeah, he can fill all the roles. He really can. Because short range, when all three daggers hit, man, that hurts.
Yeah.
Medium range, he hits 1 or 2, and that's still quite a bit of damage and quite a long time before you can regen because of the poison.
Yeah, I faced a crow where he jumps on a guy with 10 gems, throws all 3 of his shots real quick because his reload is pretty fast, and then he already has a super wreck and he flies out with all 10, and then there's nothing you can do.
Yep, I agree.
And then Crow's my number 1. Your number 1, I think if I recall, it's Daryl.
No, it's Bull.
It's Bull. Bull is your number 1?
Bull is really good. He just does too much damage close range.
Oh, jeez.
The maps have been altered. If you notice, the map changes were really favoring tanks, more bushes, more walls. All the better for short range, especially Bull. Smash and grab and bounty. Kill someone, get your super, get out real quick without the unpredictability of Daryl's super, which honestly is why Daryl's number 3 and not number 1. And you just get in, do a whole bunch of damage. No one can kill him close range. Daryl has a shot, but Primo really doesn't have a shot anymore. And get in, get out, and you can use your super to charge in on long range brawlers, kill them real quick. He's just a beast in the meta.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's all time we got. It's a long video today. Thanks for joining us today, Braden. And
No problem.
we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.